What does your person think about you? Your person thinks that you have excellent craftsmanship. There's something about what you do, you just do it very well. I feel like your person knows that you're the kind of person who studies or works hard, or not even working hard. Like, I feel like you work smartly. You work smarter, not harder, about like becoming the best version of yourself, and that can include like the skills that you are cultivating. I feel like if you are the kind of person who makes art, they notice how like you have a light touch with the brush on your canvas. Like, they're just noticing that whatever you work on, you do it very well, and you take your time to create excellent work. You produce excellent work. And yeah, your person's noticing that about you. And your person's also notices about you how you're always transforming. You're the kind of person who goes through many rebirths, and I feel like you're known to be like a phoenix. Like, you burn and rise from the ashes over and over again. And I feel like this transformation energy is really drawing them in, because they're curious and excited to see what the next version of you is going to be like. I feel like you're the kind of person who not only changes, but changes for the better. I feel like you work towards growth and improvement, and this is really being highlighted by your person. They're definitely noticing about you that you take your progress very seriously, and you are somebody who's always trying to progress in life. And your person also sees you as victorious in this. Your person sees that you are worthy of praise. You are definitely somebody who puts a lot of effort into creating their dream life. You are somebody who's increasing your efforts over time to walk towards what it is you feel called to. I feel like you are definitely known to be a successful kind of person. You always come out on top, and you definitely, and in the times where you feel like you've done wrong or you've failed, it's about zooming out and seeing the bigger picture. Like, maybe you didn't get what you wanted in the moment, but it all happened for your highest good and your highest like timeline that you're trying to achieve. We don't always get the things that we want, but we experience what makes us who we are, and that is what the journey is really about. It's about becoming more like yourself. So I feel like your person sees you as victorious and becoming more like yourself. And they also miss you at this time. I feel like they might be going through something that makes them unavailable for maybe hanging out or conversations, and they're definitely missing you during this silent period where you guys might not be in contact. I feel like not only do they miss you physically, but they miss the person that they are when you're around, because I feel like you have this influence on them that you're just always looking to be a better version of yourself. So naturally, they mirror that back to you, and they also try to be their best self, and they're always like looking, it's like they look at you and they want to be a better partner, a better friend, a better just person. So they're definitely missing you at this time, and missing the kind of person that they are when they're in your presence. And your person also sees you as somebody who takes accountability. You're not the kind to brush things under the rug. You're definitely the kind to call out your mistakes, apologize for them, and move forward. You not only take accountability for your own actions, but you take accountability for the outcome of your actions. Like, say you did a specific action with an intention, not like with a good intention. If the outcome of that action were to be unfavorable, you would still take accountability for the outcome of that action. You would explain the intention behind it, but then also be compassionate about how that action affected somebody. If somebody didn't have a great effect from the actions that you took, you're the kind of person to be compassionate to that person, empathetic with that person, and you take accountability for the role that you played in taking the action that. And I also want to make it clear that you're not being responsible for their feelings in this situation. Like, you're not, like, if you take an action with good intention and somebody has negative feelings about that, you're not here to try and convince them that their feelings are not valid because you did that action with love or with good intent. You're the kind of person who's a good listener. You hear them out and you see their point of view without invalidating their feelings, but also advocating for yourself and explaining the thought process that was behind you taking that action and why it was not a malicious intent. And your person also sees you as very collaborative. They could want to work with you on projects. They feel like you would be a great business partner, or just a partner in general. I feel like your person sees you as a very collaborative partner. You're somebody who is good at sharing, somebody who is good at, I'm hearing good with your hands. So you could be somebody who's good with your hands if you do physical, if your art or your craft is with physical things, or even if it could relate to if it's digital, like you're somebody who works online, then you could be good with your hands as in fast typer. You're just seen as somebody, you're also seen as a very great communicator. Like, there's something about the way that you communicate is very much, it leads to great collaborations because you're the kind of person who expresses themselves in a way that people can understand where you're coming from, and that makes them want to work with you more. And your person also sees you as magnetic. They're very attracted to you. They're attracted to your lips, to your hair, to your hands. I'm even getting feet. You could do your nails, like your fingernails and your toenails, and they're definitely taking note of that, and they really like the way that you're polished. They see you as a very polished and well put together individual. And your person also sees you as fierce. Like, you have this very fiery, intense energy about you, and this is drawing them in at this time. It's definitely something that's standing out to them. It's like your energy is super bright, super potent, definitely felt from across the room. And yes, your person also sees you as a very creative individual, and I feel like they see you as somebody who's always making something new. They see you as a innovator. I feel like you create new systems and you have new thoughts. You bring a new perspective, fresh perspective. You are always, like, you have a growth mindset, an abundance mindset, definitely one that's on the leading edge of creation. And that's why your person is very drawn to you at this time, because your creativity is super sexy to them, and they feel like you're a very focused individual as well. They really see you as somebody who knows how to focus their energy. You're super diligent. I feel like you are disciplined in the things that you do. I'm also getting like you could meditate and this has improved your focus, and your person is noticing that slowing down has been one of the things that have led you to focus greatly, or led to your improved focus. And your person is also noticing that toxic patterns do not fly with you. You're the kind of person who calls out toxic behavior. You know that you're not perfect and you never claim to be, but you make an effort towards acknowledging your toxic patterns and choosing different habits to combat that toxicity. Definitely a self-aware kind of person, definitely someone striving to be better. And I feel like your person very much appreciates that about you. And your person admires how you're always creating new stories. You're never stuck in the same story of telling yourself, this is who I am and this is who I'll always be. Like, you're very much always looking to become a better version of yourself, like I had expressed already. You see yourself for who you are in the moment, but you know that moment to moment you change, you transform, you improve, you grow. And even though you are the same person, you're also a new version of that person. So you don't have the same like mental stories that you used to tell yourself on repeat, because you've been putting in the effort to change these stories and come up with new ones where you don't have as much resistance to the narrative about yourself. And your person definitely notices that you have strong boundaries. You're the kind of person who does not give in. I'm getting kind of like a stubborn energy, but also this is healthy. This is not like arguing for the sake of arguing. This is speaking up about how you feel, how things make you feel. And this is like an energy of kind of, I know my worth and I'm not going to downplay myself because I'm not being treated in the way that I know that I'm supposed to be. And I feel like this is definitely something that your person is taking note of. They notice that you stand firm in your word and you don't go back on what you say. Like, I feel like you have very strong sense of worth, sense of self. Like, you're not the kind of person who's very flimsy with what you'll allow. Like, I feel like if you say that you don't like to go out after this time, if they were to come to you and propose to meet up after that time, you would be like, oh, sorry, like, I'm not going. Like, I told you that I don't go out after that time, so yeah, it's not gonna work. And also, I feel like your person sees you somewhat as a contradiction. Like, even though you say you might come off as one way on like a social media platform, but then in person you have like this different essence to you. And I feel like they can't really see how the two images are the same person. Like, they can't see how you could come, like, I just feel like you're the kind of person who has many layers to you. Like, it's like peeling back an onion, and maybe the layer on the outside that everybody gets to see is much different than the layer on the inside that is only available to those that you allow in. And So somebody who is only seeing you on the surface would probably have a different idea of you than somebody who's actually penetrated the inside circle and has gotten to know you on a deeper level. So I feel like that's where that contradiction energy is coming from. And your person also knows you to be very patient. Your person sees that you put in consistent effort over time towards achieving your goals, and you aren't too worried about the when, because you know what's meant for you is always going to be for you, and it could, like, something that's meant for you could never pass you by. So you're not very worried about holding on to something with a death grip so that it never leaves you, because you know if it comes, it comes, and if it goes, it goes. Like, you're the kind of person who allows things to unfold for you, and you're not as worried about things not happening within your, like, timeline of events in your mind. Like, you're not very, I feel like you're not the kind of person who's like, okay, by this age I should have done this, this, and that, and by, like, this stage in my career I should have this, this, and that. Like, you're very much the kind of person who feels what they need for that moment, and you make your decision based on not only your feelings but your prior experience and the experiences of those around you, as well as research. I feel like you look at all these avenues in order to decide what action you're going to take now. And yeah, your person's definitely noticing that you're very patient when it comes to allowing your dreams and visions to manifest for you. And your person also knows that you're very authentic. You are somebody who is not a bullshitter. You definitely are the kind of person who values honesty and truth, and you see things for what they are, and you know that regardless of how things look, they're not always, like, everything is not as it seems. Things can look one way and then be a completely different way once you actually get to know more about it. I feel like this authenticity and genuineness about you is one of the things that attracts your person to you the most. They really admire this about you, and they know that that is not an easy thing to do in this world. This world is definitely full of fakeness and just creating an image and having just a mask that you wear to the world. And so when your person can see this authenticity in you, they feel like it's a rare kind of beauty that you have, and it's definitely something that magnetizes you to them even more. And your person also feels like you're very mature. You could be called mature for your age, or you could be known to be an old soul. You're the kind of person who maybe had to grow up fast, and this has led you to be more mature, more responsible, and also, I'm getting like the Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility. So I feel like your person knows you to be very responsible and very powerful. I feel like you have a powerful aura, a powerful energy, a powerful voice. You're the kind of person who speaks with conviction, and you have impeccable word. I feel like you're the kind of person whose word is their bond. So you're very thoughtful and particular with what you say, because you know that, like, you're the kind of person who chooses their words wisely. And yeah, your ability to communicate is definitely sticking out to this person. They feel like you're a great communicator, and just the way that you talk about things and explain your thoughts and feelings is very mesmerizing.